Given the enormity of it, I think it must be true that for the next decades, this will be the dominant story of value creation globally, regardless of economy, regardless of industry. This shift into using these tools and becoming a full participant in the digital economy will be what every company, every business plan is about. And therefore, the equity value creation will be dominated for the next decades by this. The thing that maybe makes that even more interesting, it probably is going to be discontinuous, as in like nothing we have seen before. That equity creation will be larger than all that has come before it. And that's a little difficult to imagine, but I think that at some level scales the enormity of it.
So this is enormous, right? Because I look at AI as creating the biggest change to our business model. I think there's not a single industry or company that's going to escape the disruption that is coming their way, right? I look at the way we educate our people is going to be completely different. The way we treat disease, the way we develop drugs, the way we diagnose disease, the way we provide healthcare. There's going to be so many different changes coming our way, and I look at this as there has never been a better opportunity to be an entrepreneur, because everything is going to be up for grabs. There's not going to be a single business that's not going to be disrupted.
What I find most exciting is that established companies now actually may have a promise of reigniting their growth in new ways. They might be able to now to innovate, invent new products faster, which was before not doable. They might be able to capture more value of what they provide to the customers, because now they can do dynamic pricing. There's a variety of different things they could do, but it would all be, how do we now move focus toward growth? I think generative AI can really help a lot with growth.
Really, the big opportunity with AI is to make sure that budgets, advertising and marketing services budgets, are even more effectively and efficiently deployed. So whether it's speeding copywriting and visualization, so reducing the time to market, whether it's personalization at even greater scale, so the Netflix model on steroids, so to speak, whether it's revolutionizing media planning and buying and making sure that that media investment management is even more effective, whether it's improving agency efficiency and client efficiency, or last but not least, which I think is the most interesting area, democratizing knowledge, so making sure that organizations are flatter, decision-making is much more efficient.
Africa.com conducted a survey called How Africans Think About AI. This particular survey showed where Africans think that AI can have the biggest impact in Africa. The areas that they identified first were healthcare, second, education, third, agriculture, fourth, transportation, and fifth, finance.
In this new world of Gen AI, we have already concluded that the human in the loop, as we've asked before, will have to have some new phenotypes. It will have to have some new characteristics. We are still trying to figure out what those humans will have to be successful in this new world. I find that a more interesting question to say, well, if I have all of those humans, which I still haven't even fully defined, how do I organize them? How do I manage them? And now that it gets to be rather interesting, because it will be a little much harder to do, because to really solve the problem, I need a cross-functional team that cuts across all of these fiefdoms and how it will work. As much as the companies will struggle, how do they get internally organized, I think it will also present massive opportunities to generate value, as well as, in my case, venture returns.
I think it's a really exciting time to be an entrepreneur, academic innovator, a company builder, a social scientist, a social entrepreneur, because an interesting part of what this step forward is going to be is the tools are so powerful, and the ability and the cost of getting accessibility to those tools is going to be relatively, if not so low, that innovation can happen by anyone. And I think that across sectors, social sector, for-profit sector, is just going to unleash an amazing amount and pace of innovation, which will in turn hopefully lead to a lot of positive social change and a lot of equity value creation.